the majority of the horror stories that have come out recently, though very, very well done, all have a tendency to be extremely lacking in originality. As a result, personally, I haven't really explored the vast majority of mainstream horror in the last decade or so, for the simple point that I see a trailer for something and I know what the story is because I've either read it, I've seen it, or it's just an old ass story that's always been around and has always been done in some way, shape or form. That's fine, there's only so many stories we can do. But the problem lies in the fact that if you're going to take a premise, then at least have the ingenuity to give it a new circumstance. Case in point, one of the better horror stories I think that came out of the mid-90s, late 90s, was Event Horizon. The reason for that is it is the traditional ghost ship, but here we have them taken in space. They take the original story, they put it in a new premise, that premise being science fiction. Very well done. Films such as Insidious and a couple of others, you've seen the trailer and the basic premise is, okay, watch this movie and you'll die. Watch this movie and something scary will get you. Watch this particular film, read this particular story, and you will pay the consequences. First things first. The Necronomicon. Read this thing and you die. Lay it to bits. Secondly, watching things, oh yeah, that's right, The Ring. No, that scary little girl, not the American thing. No, I mean the actual scary one. The Japanese. Pretty sure she was probably cute underneath all that scariness. Very certain, in fact. Point is, once you've seen enough of these films, you get to the point where a trailer comes out and, yeah, okay, you might not know the fine points of it, but you get the general gist. And if you get the general gist, then you know what the story is. If you know what the story is, then you know what the fear is. If you know what the fear is, you're not afraid. And if you're not afraid, how is it a horror? Yeah, okay, fine. I accept the fact that, hey, I've seen a lot of stuff, read a lot of stories, know a lot of stuff. But guess what? If you're on this thing, if you're reading this stuff, if you're watching my little bald head ranting at you, then odds are you know all this stuff too. So, why not is the mainstream not picking up all the independent horror, guys? Yeah, okay, fine. Once again, there's only so much you can do with a horror story, but you probably get a hell of a lot more originality. In fact, no, wait, hang on, let me think. Give it about 5 years and a really good sharp movie would probably get co-opted, bought, and raped, and stuck on a big mass screen to a big flashy trailer with big flashy special effects and big flashy pile of crap. Whereas the original, which, short movie or whatever, it's story, book, novel, comic, good gods, the amount of comics that have gotten ruined, but I digress. Point is, mainstream horror nowadays is lacking in the originality which actually makes it terrifying. The fear that should be driven from the unknown, which is what horror truly is about, is not there, because you see the trailer and automatically, yeah, you don't know the details, but you know that doll, its head's going to turn 180. That film, oh yeah, there's something coming after you out of that. That house, all those doors slamming, yeah, guess what? Burial ground! If they could come up with some original stories, it would be awesome. But until then, we're just stuck with the crap that they give us. Maybe now and then we'll get something good, but if you really want good horror nowadays, I think either stick to the independent lines, or else wait for people to get their head out of their arses and develop good horror TV shows. One or two of them spring to mind at the moment. Go look into them. As for mainstream horror, I don't know, maybe we'll get lucky. Maybe a new Lovecraft will come along and revolutionize the way we see things. Hey, maybe they'll actually perfect that 3D cinema thing. They could use that to really good effect if they wanted to, but anyway, end of discussion.